Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. Nick Taylor of the Army Reserve's 99th Readiness Division, and on behalf of Major General Chris Bellinger, the Commanding General of the 99th Readiness Division, welcome to the Memorialization and the ribbon-cutting ceremony, which will dedicate the Sergeant Jaror C. Puello Army Reserve Center. At this time, I would ask you to please rise for the entrance of the official party, honors to Major General Bellinger, playing of the national anthem by the Army Reserve's 198th Army Band, and the invocation to be given by Chaplain Colonel Robert Farmer.
Please join me in prayer from your faith tradition as I pray in mine. Lord, we come here today honoring the memory of Sergeant Jaror Puello, who made the ultimate sacrifice protecting his MP team members and freedom. We dedicate this building in his name to allow current and future generations of Army Reserve soldiers, families, and especially his beloved military police family to contemplate and imitate his courage and commitment to others. Let this building stand as both a testament to heroism and to become an inspiration to all who enter. Let it remind us of the profound impact one person can have in a moment for others and across generations. May we all strive to live in the spirit of Sergeant Puello in his bravery, love of country, and love of fellow troops. So we ask for blessings on this facility and the units and the personnel at houses. We ask that these buildings will help us better understand and prepare to protect peace. And may it be a place of learning, growth, gratitude, and remembrance, making it a fitting legacy for Sergeant Puello so his sacrifice will never be forgotten. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Today's event is being hosted by Major General Chris Bellinger, the Commanding General of the 99th Readiness Division. Joining her today as members of the official party include United States Congressman Mike Lawler, New York State Senator Bill Weber, Orangetown Supervisor Teresa Kenny, Command Sergeant Major Andrew Lombardo, former Command Sergeant Major of the Army Reserve, and Miss Nancy Santiago, representing the Puello family. Additionally, we're honored to have some other special guests in the audience that are here with us today, and they include Command Sergeant Major Gregory Betty, the United States Army Reserve Command Sergeant Major, Major General Matt Warren, Commanding General of the 412th Theater Engineer Command, Army Reserve Ambassador Gary Port of New York, Brigadier General Vance Cooner, Deputy Commanding General for Support from the 200th Military Police Command, Retired Brigadier General John Cornelius, Retired Brigadier General Paul Hill, Retired Brigadier General and Dr. Mikey Closter, the 99th Readiness Division Chief of Staff, Colonel Michael Brandkamp, Commander 300th Military Police Brigade, Captain Shane Barton, Commander of the 812th Military Police Company, Captain Seth Anderson, 668th Engineer Company, our veterans from all branches of service, the Orangeburg and Spark Hill Fire Departments for their presence here today and support of this event at the ribbon cutting. You probably saw the big American flag. We appreciate your support, gentlemen. Thank you so much. And most of all, our family, friends, and comrades of Sergeant Jaror Puello. Today we commemorate the memorialization of the Sergeant Jaror C. Puello Army Reserve Center. Sergeant Puello was born in the Dominican Republic on October 19th, 1966. He immigrated to the United States and enlisted into the Army on July 1st, 1990. He transferred to the 812th Military Police Company in the summer of 2001. Sergeant Puello mobilized with the 812th in November of 2001 to Fort Drum, New York in support of Operation Noble Eagle, Enduring Freedom. In July of 2002, he attended the Military Police Transition Course and earned the 31 Bravo Military Occupational Specialty. He returned to the 812th in September 2002. In January 2003, Sergeant Puello was involuntarily transferred to the 310th Military Police Battalion in Uniondale, New York. He mobilized with that unit on January 11th, 2003. He moved with the unit to Kuwait in April 2003 and into Iraq in June 2003. On July 13th, 2003, Sergeant Puello, while guarding an entry point in Al-Diwaniwa, Iraq, was killed while saving the lives of his squad leader and teammate. Sergeant Puello's awards include the Soldier's Medal, the Bronze Star Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, the Reserve Components Achievement Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, second award, the Armed Forces Reserve Medal with M device, the Army Service Ribbon, and the Army Reserve Components Overseas Training Ribbon. Sergeant Puello is survived by his wife Sandra, children Victor, Sean, and Jade, and grandchildren Mia, Jacob, and Amira. At this time, I would like to introduce the members of the official party who will present their remarks. Major General Chris Bellinger serves as the Commanding General of the Army Reserve's 99th Readiness Division, which is headquartered at Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst, New Jersey. She also serves as the Senior Army Element Commander of Army Support Activity Fort Dix and the Senior Commander of the Devons Reserve Forces Training Area in Massachusetts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our host today, Major General Chris Bellinger.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished visitors, elected officials, to our soldiers, family members, and to all of our veterans. Thank you all for being here today on this very, very special occasion. To everyone who played a part in bringing this revitalized center to fruition, I thank you for the long-term investment in our soldiers, our Army, and our nation. The training that our soldiers will receive at this state-of-the-art facility will pay immeasurable dividends for decades to come. Before I highlight the many benefits of this Army Reserve Center, I want to talk about our greatest resource and most valuable asset, the men and women who serve our nation in uniform. For nearly 250 years, Americans from all walks of life have answered our nation's call. They have sworn an oath to defend our freedom and liberty as defined in the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. These patriots understand that the true value of military service and soldiering lies not in paychecks and pensions, but rather in the privilege of becoming part of a legacy of selfless service by raising their right hands and promising to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. For while the tangible benefits of military service are what allow us to serve by taking care of our day-to-day needs, the intangible benefits are what inspire us to serve by tapping into the patriotic spirit of those who volunteer to protect and defend our nation. and if necessary, to lay down their lives to secure the blessings of liberty for our fellow citizens. Such was the case for Sergeant Puello, who made the ultimate sacrifice more than 20 years ago in the global war on terrorism. Nothing we can do will bring Sergeant Puello back to us, but his legacy will live on in this facility where soldiers will train for deployment just as he did, where they will hone the skills necessary to face our enemies, just as he did, and where they will put the needs of the nation and its citizens above their own, just as he certainly did. The Army Reserve is more relevant today to the defense of our nation than at any other time in our history, and our soldiers have been serving this nation honorably since its inception in 1908. The active duty Army depends upon the capabilities resident in the Army Reserve to support total force mission requirements and to win in a rapidly evolving threat environment. And we do this by deploying units that are trained, manned, and equipped to win our nation's wars. Without facilities like the one we are memorializing today, providing these ready units and soldiers would not be possible. The Army Reserve manages more than 1,000 Army Reserve training centers across the country for nearly 173,000 Army Reserve soldiers currently serving in uniform. And these facilities provide venues to conduct training, to build camaraderie and unit cohesion, and enhance skills to ensure our soldiers are ready to provide Army capabilities wherever and whenever they are needed. The benefits of this facility are threefold. First and foremost are the improved training opportunities this facility offers its occupants, to include modern classrooms where soldiers can connect to the latest online training, and this vehicle maintenance shop where our technicians can keep our rolling stock in good working order while also enhancing their job skills. Maintaining a well-trained and well-prepared force is essential because when the President of the United States calls on us, we must be ready to go and deliver the capabilities the nation needs. This facility and others like it help our soldiers answer that non-negotiable call. Second, this facility is now more energy efficient and cost effective than before. The money saved can be reallocated to support other areas vital to our soldiers' success on and off the battlefield. Being fiscally prudent is our duty as we spend taxpayers' money in their best interests as well as ours. This facility is a shining example of money well spent. Last, this facility is a long-term investment for the future. Many years after I retire, soldiers will continue to work and train and prepare for missions within the walls of this building. This revitalized facility will serve the citizen soldiers of Orangeburg well into the 21st century as they continue to meet worldwide threats to our nation and respond to defend our liberties. And today's ceremony is a stark reminder of exactly what we are here for, to remind us of the deployment that we are called to do to defend our nation. And Sergeant Puello's memorialization today for this facility will be a reminder to every soldier and every family member who walks through those doors. So this facility is a win for all involved. I would be remiss if I did not mention the amazing teamwork between the engineers at the 99th Readiness Division, Banaka Incorporated, and Mott McDonald that culminated in this revitalized complex. The facility is a testament to the success of this partnership that made today a reality. And the melding of military and civilian expertise complements the dual nature of our citizen soldiers. So thank you all for a job well done. To those who took time out of their busy schedules to join us here today, thank you for your continued support. It takes a community to recruit and support the future of our Army, and we need your help to ensure today's young people have the opportunity to make informed decisions about their futures. You can help us by encouraging young men and women to educate themselves about the Army. Studies show that the majority of today's young adults are unaware of what it means to serve. But with your help, we can overcome these obstacles to ensure our Army remains ready to meet the demands of our nation. I want to recognize especially our Army families, especially the family of Sergeant Puello, and I ask that we all include in your thoughts and prayers the wives and husbands, the mothers and fathers, the brothers and sisters, and the sons and daughters of those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. The silent service of our military families does not and must not go unnoticed. And finally, to the soldiers who call this center home, I congratulate you as the occupants of this revitalized Army Reserve Center. I commend you on the sacrifices you have made as soldiers and the sacrifices you continue to make in defense of our nation. I challenge you to make the most of what you've been given here today. I am confident in your abilities, your leadership, and your commitment, and I am proud to serve with you. As I toured the building just earlier today, and I had a chance to talk with the soldiers, to see their faces light up over the revitalized center, and to see their increased morale over the building improvements, I have to say I was a very stark reminder that I gave them as well, to say take care of this as you would your own home, because this is like their home away from home. And it really is, we've put a lot into this, and I really hope that you enjoy it as much as I know they will. So may God bless you, your families, our veterans, and the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, I'd like to introduce New York State Senator Bill Weber, who represents New York's 38th State Senate District. He serves on several state committees and is the ranking member on the Disabilities Committee and the Budget and Revenue Committee. So for his remarks and a special presentation, please welcome State Senator Bill Weber.
Good afternoon, everyone. Is this on? I want to say this is one of the most meaningful events I've been to, and I want my colleagues will say the same thing. I think pulling in here, you get goosebumps. You recognize that we're in the presence of heroes that protect our country every day, heroes that protect our state and our local county here during local emergencies. And it's so meaningful for me to be here today. You know, Sergeant Puello emigrated here to the United States in 1990 and paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And that's something that his family and all of us here should be thankful for every day, for his commitment, for his bravery, his dedication to our country. And just so you know, we in the State Senate, I know my colleagues, Congressman Lawler and our local official, Supervisor Kenny, who will speak in a few minutes, will also have that same sense of gratitude and sense of purpose. We really, as a civilian, I don't claim to know what military families go to, but I thank you every day for the sacrifices that you and your family do for us civilians, who are grateful for your sacrifice every day. So we have a certificate that we want to, or proclamation, that we want to present to the family of Sergeant Puello. Will his family come up for a second? Maybe they... There they are. Again, we have a proclamation here from the New York State Senate in my capacity as New York State Senator. It's in posthumous recognition of the life and heroic services of Sergeant Jaror Puello. It says, Sergeant Puello began his military career on July 1st, 1990 when he enlisted in the United States Army. He transferred to the 812th Military Police Academy in Orangeburg, New York during the summer of 2001 and mobilized with his unit in November of 2001 to Fort Drum in support of Operation Noble Eagle and Operation Enduring Freedom. In July 2002, Jaror attended the Military Police Transition Course and earned the 31B MOS, qualifying him to serve in the Military Police Battalion in order to protect the lives and property on National Guard installations by enforcing military laws and regulations. In 2003, Sergeant Puello was transferred to the 310th Military Police Battalion in Uniondale, New York, and was deployed to Kuwait and later to Iraq, and bravely served and lost his life while his squad leader and teammate, along with his squad leader and teammate. Sergeant Puello was recognized for his service and heroic life-saving actions when he received the Soldier's Medal, the Bronze Star, the Army Achievement Medal, and other distinguished honors. I'm honored to be here today. I want to thank you for your husbands, for your brother and sisters live. We as a nation are grateful, and we wanted to be here today to recognize it. Thank you very much, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Weber. The Honorable Teresa Kenny serves as supervisor of Orangeburg, having previously served as deputy town attorney since 1996. For her remarks and the special presentation, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honorable Teresa Kenny.
I just want to start by thanking everybody who is in the service. It most definitely is appreciated and is not unnoticed by the people of the town of Orangetown. So thank you to all who serve. As I stood here and I learned about this building, as you heard, I've been a town employee for 28 years. I've driven past the gates and always kind of wondered what was back here. So today was a special day because I got to see what's finally back here, and it is 100% a hidden gem right here in Orangetown. So I'm very pleased to be here. I also, upon listening to what is done here, I suddenly felt much safer as I stood here. I'm told from a gentleman that if there's a state of emergency, and I pray God there's not, that I can actually call on this entity to come and provide safety. So I really do feel much safer. In addition, my dad came over here from Ireland as a young child, and he enlisted at 17. And so to hear when somebody comes from another country and serves our country, it's more meaningful, no offense to anybody, but I always thought that took a special person. And obviously, I was correct because we're naming a building after Sergeant Puello today. So I do have a certificate. It's for the naming of the building and for everything that's done here. And I can present it to the family wants to come up, whoever wants to come up, I'm happy to present it.
Yeah, so just to read the certificate of recognition from the town of Orangetown, presented to Sergeant Jaror Puello Coronado, Army Reserve Center, in honor of the service and sacrifice of Sergeant Jaror Puello Coronado, who was killed guarding an entry control point in Adiwania, Iraq, while saving his squad leader and a teammate. Given this 21st day of September 2024, signed Teresa M. Kenny, Supervisor.
Ladies and gentlemen, next I have the honor of introducing Command Sergeant Major Andrew Lombardo, who most recently served as the Command Sergeant Major of the United States Army Reserve. His previous assignments include Command Sergeant Major of the 200th Military Police Command and Command Sergeant Major of the 99th Readiness Division. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Command Sergeant Major retired Andrew Lombardo.
I'm going to take this off here, okay? Actually, I won't. Good afternoon. Before I begin, I just want to acknowledge a couple people that were instrumental in making this happen that haven't been mentioned. Sergeant First Class Turchin, retired, was Harar's platoon sergeant in Adiwania. and also Command Sergeant Major retired Patrick Scanlon, who's my mentor and approached me about this project a couple of years ago. Appreciate you doing that, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the family of Sergeant Jaror C. Puello. Good afternoon. It's an immense honor to stand before you today as we dedicate this facility, the Orangeburg Army Reserve Center, in the name of a true hero, Sergeant Jaror C. Puello. Today we gather not just to name a building, but to honor the legacy that embodies the very essence of what it means to serve in the United States Army Reserve. Sergeant Puello's story is one of profound bravery and selflessness, a testament to the values that define our military and inspire us all. Sergeant Puello was a non-commissioned officer, a member of the United States Army's Non-Commissioned Officer Corps, which dates back to 1775 and the creation of the Continental Army. Since that time, the Non-Commissioned Officer Corps has distinguished itself day in and day out by maintaining standards and discipline, and by ensuring that our soldiers are ready for battle as part of cohesive, effective squads and teams. Though often not glamorous, this work is the very foundation of our success in ways both large and small. Empowered by the best and brightest leaders in the world, our NCOs have been instrumental in making the U.S. Army the premier land fighting force in the history of the world. They've played a key role in all our nation's conflicts, from the war for independence to current operations around the world. Our NCO Corps is known as the backbone of the Army for a very good reason. The role of the NCO in the Army is both challenging and vital. They're tasked with upholding the highest standards of discipline and readiness, ensuring that their teams are prepared to face any situation. This responsibility often places them in high-risk environments where their leadership and quick decision-making can have life or death consequences. For soldiers in roles such as the military police, these dangers are a daily reality. The nature of their mission frequently involves confronting immediate threats and navigating unpredictable situations. Sergeant Puello's service is a poignant reminder of the inherent risks faced by those in such critical positions. As mentioned, on July 13th, 2003, during a critical period of Operation Iraqi Freedom, Sergeant Puello served with the 310th Military Police Battalion at Camp Edison at Diwania, Iraq. In addition to their primary mission, his unit, the 310th, was tasked with guarding an entry control point into Camp Edison along Highway 8, which was a main supply route for the United States, a position fraught with danger and responsibility. It was here that Sergeant Puello demonstrated exceptional courage and dedication. In the midst of chaos, when civilian vehicles collided and a truck crashed into their position, Sergeant Puello did not hesitate. With his team's lives hanging in the balance, he took immediate action to protect them. He pushed his squad leader, Staff Sergeant Milet, to safety, and warned Specialist Mo, the gunner, atop a Humvee, which is that vehicle around the corner with the Crow system on top of it, to brace for impact. His quick thinking and bravery ensured their survival, though unfortunately he himself perished amidst the debris. Sergeant Puello's actions that day were nothing short of heroic. He exemplified the very ideals that we hold dear in the Army: selfless service, personal courage, and an unwavering commitment to his fellow soldiers. As Medal of Honor recipient Master Sergeant Roy Benavides once said, "The greatest act of bravery is to sacrifice yourself for others." Sergeant Puello embodied this spirit of true sacrifice and dedication, giving everything for those that he served alongside. In recognition of his extraordinary bravery and commitment, Sergeant Puello was awarded the Soldier's Medal. That medal is the U.S. Army's decoration for heroism not involving conflict. This honor represents more than just a decoration. It symbolizes the depth of his courage and the impact of his actions. The medal stands as a tribute to the values he embodied and the enduring legacy of his sacrifice. The United States Army Reserve is a unique community bound by shared values and experiences. And by naming this facility after Sergeant Puello, we ensure that his legacy will continue to inspire and guide future generations of soldiers who train and prepare here. This center will stand as a beacon of his bravery and a reminder of the values that he embodied. As we dedicate this facility, let us also take this opportunity to thank all of those who continue to invest in our nation's future by supporting our most valuable resource, our men and women in uniform, the ultimate weapon. Without your continued support, our soldiers cannot do what they do, day in and day out. Your dedication ensures that they can carry on their duties with the utmost confidence and commitment. To Sergeant Puello's family, your loss is deeply felt by all of us who wear the uniform, especially the members of the 310th Military Police Battalion that served alongside of him, including me. We honor Jaror not just for his heroism, but for the devoted family man we knew he was, someone who loved his wife and his children deeply. His actions reflect the core values of our Army: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and most importantly, personal courage. As we unveil the name of the Orangeburg Army Reserve Center, the home of the 812th Military Police Company Iron Paladins. Can I get a hurrah? Hurrah! Thank you. We reaffirm our commitment to these principles and to carry forward Jaror's legacy in our daily lives. This facility stands as a testament to his bravery and a beacon for all those who pass through his doors. Thank you for being here today to honor Sergeant Jaror Puello. May his memory continue to inspire us, and may God bless his family, the United States Army Reserve, and the United States of America. This will defend. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sergeant Major Lombardo. At this time, I'd like to call forward United States Congressman Mike Lawler. Congressman Lawler represents New York's 17th Congressional District, and we invite him at this time to make a few remarks and to make a presentation as well.
Good afternoon. As the Bible teaches us, greater love knows no man than this, and he laid down his life for his friends. Every man and woman that signs up for our armed forces understands that they may be called upon to make the ultimate sacrifice. It is an oath, an allegiance, that the men and women who serve our nation understand and revere. And we are grateful for that willingness to serve, that commitment to our nation, and the work that gets done every day to preserve, protect, and defend the United States of America. Sergeant Puello understood that call. And in 2003, he made the ultimate sacrifice to save his fellow soldiers. He made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our freedoms and our way of life. There is nothing we can say to bring him back, nothing we can do to make the pain of his loss any less. But what we can and must do is to always remember and respect and honor that sacrifice. And so by naming this facility after Sergeant Puello, it's an opportunity for all of us, a grateful nation, to remember him, to honor you, his family, and to hold dear the values that he fought for. And so, on behalf of the United States House of Representatives, on behalf of the people of the 17th Congressional District, which is honored to be home to the Sergeant Jaror C. Puello Army Reserve Center, it is my honor to posthumously award a proclamation in recognition of Sergeant Puello's service and his sacrifice to this nation. I'd ask Sandra to please come up.
Thank you very much, Congressman Lawler. Next, I would like to call to the podium Mrs. Nancy Santiago. Ms. Santiago is a former member of the 812th Military Police Company and a comrade of Sergeant Puello. Today, she is representing the Puello family as a member of our official party. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Nancy Santiago.
Good afternoon, esteemed guests, fellow 812 alumni, active soldiers, and the Puello family. It is my honor to accept this dedication on behalf of Sergeant Jaror C. Puello, on behalf of their family. Jaror C. Puello was a soldier, a husband, a father, a son, and a brother, but not only to his paternal family, but also to those of us that had the distinguished honor of serving with him. Those of us knew him, we don't just remember him for his last act. We remember Harry, as many of us called him. The man who would help anyone, even if we didn't ask. He had a smile that was warm and infectious. He was also a very funny person who loved to joke around. He was the type of person that you just wanted to be around. He wasn't shy about sharing his life experiences and always gave good words of wisdom. But we remember him most as a devoted man, devoted family man, who loved sports. He loved his family time and would rather be home watching his Steelers or coaching his son's baseball team. He often spoke of his wife Sandy and his children, Victor, Sean, and Jade, how he loved spending the quality time with them, how he wanted to give them a better life, and how he wanted his children to attend a better school system and have more room to grow. One of my fondest memories was when we were deployed to Fort Drum after 9/11. For many of us, that was our first active deployment. We were first active deployment where the 812 alumni became a family. We went from interacting with each other 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out the year, to living and working together 24/7. That experience created a bond that even 23 years later has only become stronger. On our downtime, we would get together, eat and watch sports, and of course I did most of the cooking. But on warmer days, we would have barbecues in the parking lot. I remember Harry always saying how he couldn't wait until he got home to Pennsylvania, to his new home, where he had a big backyard and have all of us over for a barbecue. He wanted his wife and kids to meet his military family. Sadly, he never got the chance to have that. But his wife, Sandy, granted his wish, and our family became hers. To this day, the 812 gets together annually to honor him, his family, and those of us that we've lost since. I've had the honor and the privilege of knowing the Puello family. I've watched his children grow up and become strong, independent adults, each of them honoring him in their own way. But their strength came from their mother. They watched her go through the most difficult times of their lives, and she has loved and guided them as Harold would. Harold was not the type of person to want recognition. He never did anything for a pat on the back. His desire was to better those around him. He would not want his legacy to be of sacrifice. He would want to be remembered as the kind of person who was humble, who worked with and treated everyone with respect, who he deeply loved, and he always had a smile. On behalf of the Puello family, we would like to thank you for attending this event and honoring his memory. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to ask General Bellinger and the Puello family to please come forward for the presentation of a special certificate, and then we will commence with the dedication. This certificate is entitled the Distinguished Service Award. The Distinguished Service Award of the County of Rockland is presented to Army Sergeant Jaror C. Puello Coronado posthumously in grateful recognition for service rendered to the County of Rockland, New York. Given this 21st day of September 2024, signed the Honorable J. Hood, Jr., Chairman, the Legislature of Rockland County. And folks, please stay where you are right now. Command Sergeant Major Lombardo, would you please come forward? At this time, General Bellinger and Command Sergeant Major Lombardo is joined by Mrs. Sandra Puello and the children Sean and Jade to unveil the memorial plaque that officially will name this facility as the Sergeant Jaror C. Puello Army Reserve Center. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. We hereby dedicate this Army Reserve Center in memory of Sergeant Jaror C. Puello. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, I'd like for Senator Weber, Supervisor Kenny, Congressman Lawler, and Command Sergeant Major Betty, with the rest of the family, to please come and do the cutting of the ceremonial ribbon. We hereby open the Sergeant Jaror C. Puello United States Army Reserve Center. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you will please rise for the benediction, the playing of the Army song, and the departure of the official party. Chaplain Colonel Farmer will lead us in the benediction. Chaplain.
Today's benediction comes from 2 Thessalonians 3:16. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace always and every day. May the Lord be with you all. Amen.
March along, sing our song, we're the army of the free. Count the brave, count the strong, our to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, as the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's hi, hi, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army is rolling along. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as the official party now departs. And this concludes today's ceremony. We ask you, if you would like to, please join us inside to view this newly dedicated Army Reserve Center and participate in a small reception. Again, on behalf of the 99th Readiness Division Army Reserve, thank you for your attendance here today.